Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Maryland Darling Show. Welcome to another episode of 30 Inks 30 Days. How is everyone doing today? Are you having a nice day? I hope you're having a nice day wherever you are in the world. Today we are looking at a green ink. This one from Pennonia. Pennonia Boreal Forest. Thanks goes out to Gary and Kathy Scott for providing the sample for this review. Here is our ink of the day. It's a very nice dark green ink. Very nice. Oh, but before we start, let's share this with our friends so that they can come and hang out with us too. At this time, I would encourage you to share this with your friends so that they can also come and hang out with us too. Slightly phlegmy today, I don't know why. It's perfectly humid out, 33%, which is very nice. Dry, but nice. When it starts getting up around 50%, I start freaking out. Okay. We are all shared out to all of our friends, so hopefully some of them will come and hang out with us too. Hi, Obs, how are you doing today? Are you having a nice day? Hi, Ben. How you been? So sorry. Alright, ink sample came like this. Here's our ink swatch. Water resistance test shows it does have a little bit of water resistance. I might consider using this on the outside of an envelope. Here's our toilet paper chromatography. I'm doing well. I'm doing a little phlegmy today. Other than that, I'm okay. So there's green, and then right along the edge you can definitely see that there's like a bluish teal hinge coming on. You know, I think I'm gonna redo this thing. Let's redo this thing. I'm gonna move this out of my way. So, 1 droppy drop, 2 droppy drops. We do a 2 to 8 ratio, which makes it an equal amount of 1 to 5. Drops total. Sometimes I let it dry, and sometimes I don't. Just depends, I guess, on what time of day it is. If I'm doing the review, I usually do this, and then I do the writing of the paper, and then I come back and put the drops of water on it to spread it out. And this one is doing the same thing. It's not doing anything fancy. There's just green, a little bit of that darker green in there, and then the tiny hinge of blue around the outside. Now we can see this way better on this one. There's like a brownish yellow in there, and then there's that turquoise blue, and then that dark green color. Beautiful. Okay. let's do a little bit of calligraphy with this. So if you guys, I highly encourage everybody, if you're practicing calligraphy, keep your papers that you practice with and use them as scrap papers to do calligraphy with or practice with. Okay, so what is this? This is Pennonia. Pennonia. Boreal. Boreal forest. Let's see how she tracks. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. It's not the wettest pen that I have, but it does a pretty good job. This is a broad nib. That's a pretty dark line. When you go pretty fast, the line does lighten up a little bit. So that's something to think about. This done? Nope, still got room on the back for practice. Okay, let's do some paper review, shall we? Am I gonna hit? Probably. That's good. Okay. This is the pen and gear. I'm gonna put my little gloves on. I can have some grippage. This is the Pen and Gear Memo book from Walmart.com. There's no feathering, no bleeding, a little bit of ghosting. Obs, are you still here? This is... okay. I wanted to tell you that I still have your package here because you only told me one ink that you want, and I can't just send you one ink. So if you want some ink, you need to go through the stash and send me like 5 or 6 or maybe 10 different inks in a private message, and I will go through them and see if I have any more of that sample left, and then I can send that in the package. Okay, so go through the videos, see if there's any that you're interested in. Send me a list, 10 or 20 or whatever, and I will go through the inks and see if there are any samples that I have left. Okay. This is lightweight traveler's notebook paper. A little bit of shading, no feathering, no bleeding, a little bit of ghosting. Lightweight traveler's notebook paper. No feathering, no bleeding. Terrible ghosting though. Moleskine 70 GSM. I'm gonna scooch in so I can see. Can I have some, please? Thank you. Feather like a chicken, blood to the page. Field Notes Journal. No real feathering, blood to the page. Fabriano Eco Qua, 85 GSM. No feathering, no bleeding, a little bit of ghosting. Ayush 100 GSM paper. No feathering, no bleeding, no ghosting. Leuchtturm 1917. No feathering, a little bit of ghosting. Midori MD paper. No feathering, a little bit of ghosting. 52 GSM Tomoe River. No feathering, a little bit of ghosting. Office Depot Office Max paper. Feather like a chicken, bled to the page. Cosmo Air Light 75 GSM. No feathering, no bleeding, a little bit of ghosting. The Jot Journal from the Dollar Tree. No feathering, no bleeding, no ghosting. Marmon Nemosity 80 GSM dot grid. No feathering, no bleeding, a little bit of ghosting. Oxford Optic paper. No feathering, a little bit of bleeding, a little bit of ghosting. Caliber Soft Journal. No feathering, no bleeding, barely any ghosting. Clairefontaine 90 GSM. Okay, this is coming off. No feathering, no bleeding, a little bit of ghosting. Exceed 100 GSM heavyweight paper from Walmart.com. A little bit of spread, blood to the page. Archer Olive notebook paper, 160 GSM. No feathering, no bleeding, no ghosting. Up and Up wide ruled composition book from Target.com. No feathering, no bleeding, a little bit of hints of ghosting. True Red composition book from Staples.com. Feather like a chicken, bled to the page. Apica 81.4 GSM. No feathering, no bleeding, a little bit of ghosting. Pelican. No feathering, no bleeding, no ghosting. Nanami 7C 68 GSM Tomoe River. No feathering, no bleeding, no ghosting. Sanzan Tomoe River. No feathering, no bleeding, no ghosting. U-Style notebook paper. No feathering, a little bit of bleeding, a little bit of ghosting. CVS Caliber notebook paper. No feathering, no bleeding, barely any ghosting. Oxford notebook paper. A little bit of spread, a little bit of ghosting. 5-star notebook paper from Mead. Feather like a chicken, bled to the page. Pen and Gear memo, Pen and Gear heavyweight paper, heavyweight notebook paper. No feathering, no bleeding, no ghosting. HP Premium 32-pound copy paper. No feathering, no bleeding, tiny bit of ghosting. Aqua B cross-section pad. Why is this off balance? There. Aqua B cross-section pad. No feathering. No bleeding. A little bit of bleeding, a little bit of ghosting. JNB copper plate graph pad from johnneilbooks.com. A little bit of spread. A little bit of ghosting. Rhodium dot pad 80 GSM. No feathering. No bleeding, no ghosting. Original Crown Mill 100 GSM paper. No, a little bit of spread. A little bit of bleeding, a little bit of ghosting. Okay, let's take a look at a comparison panel. See where this ink lies. Okay. This is such a dark ink that I'm gonna bring up the lights just a lot so we can see what colors are being displayed. Okay, so let's take a look at some green inks. This is Pennonia Boreal Forest. Next to Colorverse Alpha Cap. Sorry, I keep poking the screen. Uma, Starfruit, Horseradish, Ina, Wok, Zuzmo, Sea, Ura, Mermaid, PC, PSC, Warring Heights, Elf, Mixable, Pesto, Freddy's, Richard Chaw's kinda close, Kingfisher Green's kinda close, Salamander's kinda close, let's see, Food Color's kinda close, Evergreen is kinda close, Abel is kind of close. Nopal is kind of close. Now we're getting into the more tealy greens. Oh, Douse Emerald Green is kind of close. Daintree Green is a little bluer. Hi Bumblebee, how are you doing today? Yeah, if you guys notice that I'm not paying attention to the chat, hit that little heart bell. I can see it going out of the corner of my eye. And then I'll pay attention to the chat. Move this down a little bit. There you go. Golden Ivy is kind of close. Lemongrass is kind of close. Noodler's Green is kind of close. Oh yes, that sounds lovely. I need a nap myself. Emerald Fusion is kind of close. Even Sherwood Green is slightly in the neighborhood. And that's it. That's a lot of green inks, you guys. So for those of you who have been asking me to do things like a favorites video or my top favorite inks or things like that, I usually wait until the end of the year so that way I can do it all at once. I'm going to do a recap of all of the inks that I've reviewed, and then I will give my 2 cents on how things went with those inks, if I can remember. And then I will tell you which are my top 5 or top 10 favorite inks of the year, my top favorite inks of the year, my top favorite pens of the year, and also my top favorite papers for the year. So pens, ink, and paper. My favorite notebooks of the year, I guess I should say. So look forward to that. And I probably won't do those types of videos until the last 7 or so days after Christmas. That way I have something to do. Because on December 1st through the 25th, I will be doing the Inkvent calendar. So, okay, let's make a timetable of events, shall we? Okay. December 1st through the 25th, I will be doing the Diamond Inkvent calendar. Oops, why are you blurry? Stop being blurry, I'm busy. Alright, and then I will be doing top favorite inks, top favorite pens, top favorite papers. And then I will be doing I need to do what do they call it when they look at all of the... I need to do an inventory. I need to do a current inventory of inks. I need to come up with a better solution. I need to make a receiving inks catalog. Checklist. Because I have one for when I do my ink reviews, and I have kind of sort of an idea when I do my ink, my pen reviews and my ink reviews. But I don't really have one to do for my ink catalog list, so I need to do. I'm going to be changing that. Yes, Mama's busy. Exactly. Well, exactly, Obs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I need 2 more things to do. What am I gonna do? I want to do a kind of an overview of all of the inks I've ever reviewed. And this will be different from the inventory, because the inventory, I'm going to bring my palettes over and write the names of all of the inks on paper that are in my current inventory. So that way I can go through my old inventory and see which ones I've reviewed and which ones I haven't reviewed. And when I do all of the inks I've ever done, we will just be looking at the swatch cards and the ink tiles. And I will show you how I deal with that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then the last one, I will be doing a yearly review. And upcoming setup. And then the new year will happen. And then the first of the year, I want to do a Bujo setup. Currently inked. Setup. I need to do I need to do a pens inventory. I need to do inks I want to do. I want to do pens I want to try. I won't need to do a nibs I want to try because you guys know what my favorite nibs are. You know I like the flexi nibs. And then nibs I want to buy. And then after that, after all of that, I think I will have a better idea of what next year is going to look like. So, that's the agenda for now. Oh, I should probably do paper I want to buy. Buy or try. Just not extra fine. There is a specific reason people like extra fine nibs. I love extra fine nibs if they're supposed to be, if they're in a flex nib. My Boinga Boinga nib is Waterman 12. And it's supposed to have very fine line. You can't even see that line because it's so fine. But if I bring you down and then zoom in, you can see there's an actual line there. And that There is a purpose for everything. That is what you call a hairline. And it is supposed to be very, very, very thin and very, very, very almost indistinguishable from nothingness until you put something there. Anyway, that's all for now. I have rambled on far long enough. Now I'm starting to get rambly. So sorry, I get rambly sometimes. That's all I've got for today. I want to thank you all for watching. I hope that you guys enjoyed this one. I hope that you learned something. Please share this video with your friends. Follow me on social media. Like, comment, subscribe. Ring the little bell. Make sure it's set to all so when I upload new content, YouTube notifies you. Check out Pen Boutique. Save 10% off on your next order. Join the Discord. Join the calligraphy class. And check out my new website. I just updated my calligraphy class page so that way when you go to it that you can know what the schedule is. So down here we go live calligraphy classes Wednesday at twitch.tv/Miss Marilyn Darling. I just realized I didn't put at 2 p.m. Shut. I'm gonna lose my duck and shut. Small tutorial on how to rearrange. Hey. Oh. Saturday, 2 p.m. 2 p.m. Alright, join the Discord. And I will be back very soon with another video. So, take care until then. Okay, love you, bye. Have a great day.